What if I told you that a simple change, just 4 numbers, could open the door to wealth that arrives like the morning light? These numbers are not random. They carry vibration, power, and a secret code that calls money into your life while you sleep. If you're ready to stop chasing prosperity and instead let it chase you, then lean in, because what I'm about to reveal could be the turning point in your financial destiny. Life is a mirror of your inner beliefs. Whatever you hold in mind, you will eventually hold in your hand. Money does not come because you beg for it. Money comes because you align yourself with the law of supply, the law of expectation, and the law of vibration. Numbers, just like words, carry a frequency. They are not merely marks on paper, but carriers of power. When you choose the right combination, you are not just setting digits on a card, you are setting vibrations in your mind and in the unseen realm. And when the unseen is aligned, the seen cannot help but obey. Think of this: every morning the sun rises, not because you asked it to, but because it is ordered by universal law. In the same way, when you shift your energy into divine order, money begins to rise for you, just as surely as the dawn. It does not come as struggle. It does not come as chance. It comes as law. Now, why must you change your PIN? Because the PIN is not only access to your bank. It is also a symbol of your mental gatekeeping. Right now, some of you are locked out of abundance, not because the supply isn't there, but because the code in your subconscious is wrong. You may be repeating the PIN of lack, the PIN of fear, the PIN of limitation. But today, you will set the code of wealth, and when you do, money begins to move toward you by morning. The 4 numbers I am speaking of are not digits you punch into an ATM. They are 4 spiritual laws hidden within the code of prosperity. These laws form the new PIN for your life. Once you carry them in your mind, once you repeat them with conviction, you will no longer beg for provision. You will command it. Remember, you do not need to chase wealth. You only need to align yourself with the truth that you are already supplied. By changing your inner PIN, by unlocking the code of wealth in your spirit, you will begin to see doors open, debts dissolve, opportunities arise, and unexpected income flow into your life. So tonight, set the new PIN in your heart. Watch as morning brings increase. For the law is true, and those who align with it will always prosper. Life reflects your inner beliefs in ways most people never stop to notice, yet it is the most powerful truth you will ever learn. Everything that you see around you right now, the money in your bank account, the home you live in, the opportunities you are given, even the people who come in and out of your life, is a mirror of what you hold in the secret place of your mind. If your inner thoughts are colored by fear, doubt, and limitation, the reflection you see will be circumstances of lack, closed doors, and endless struggle. But if your inner world is filled with the conviction that you are divinely supplied, if your thoughts are rooted in faith and expectancy, then life cannot help but reflect to you abundance, increase, and joy. The mind is the workshop of creation, and whatever is built there in thought, imagination, and belief must eventually step out into the outer world as fact. Consider for a moment how the world works. Seeds are planted in the dark soil, unseen, and only later do they break through into the sunlight. In the same way, the seeds of thought that you plant in your subconscious will grow into the harvest of your outer life. If you constantly plant seeds of worry, I never have enough money, I can't get ahead, things never work for me, you are setting in motion the harvest of financial lack. But if you plant seeds of abundance, I am always supplied, doors are opening for me, wealth flows to me easily and freely, then the outer world must respond with a harvest of prosperity. This is not imagination, it is law. Just as you cannot plant apple seeds and expect oranges, you cannot plant thoughts of poverty and expect riches. Your beliefs are like a magnet, silently drawing circumstances into your life. Many people go through life wondering why the same problems repeat themselves. They change jobs, change homes, change partners, yet the same lack or difficulty returns. Why? Because the outer world is only a reflection. The magnet inside has not changed. Until the inner code is rewritten, the reflection remains the same. Life is faithful to the vibration you hold. It does not lie, and it does not cheat. It only mirrors. You must understand that what you truly believe about yourself is more important than what you wish for. Many people say they want wealth, but deep down they do not believe they are worthy of it. They may pray for abundance, but inside they expect struggle. And so life gives them what they truly believe, not what they merely ask for with words. The subconscious mind is the gatekeeper, and it cannot be fooled. If you hold the belief that money is hard to come by, then no matter how many affirmations you speak, you will still feel the heaviness of lack. But the moment you shift your inner belief, when you truly accept that you are worthy of wealth, that abundance is your birthright, that supply is unlimited, then life will reflect it in ways that astonish you. Think of a mirror in your home. If you frown into the mirror, you will never see a smile looking back. If you want the reflection to change, you must first change your own expression. Life is no different. Complaining about circumstances is like yelling at the mirror, hoping it will change without changing yourself. It will never happen, but the instant you shift the look on your face, the reflection shifts. The instant you shift your beliefs, your life changes. This is why it is so important to become aware of what you are truly holding inside. Many people live on autopilot, unaware of the beliefs that govern their lives. They were taught as children that money is scarce, that success belongs only to a few, that life is struggle. These beliefs lodge themselves deep in the subconscious, and without knowing it, a person begins to recreate those very circumstances over and over again. The inner programming is running the show, but awareness is the first step to freedom. The moment you begin to observe your inner dialogue and catch the beliefs of lack, you can replace them with beliefs of abundance. You must train your mind as carefully as you would train a garden. If you allow weeds to grow, they will choke out the good seed. In the same way, if you allow thoughts of fear and lack to run unchecked, they will choke out the thoughts of prosperity. Each day you must tend to your inner garden, uprooting the weeds of limitation and planting the seeds of faith. You may say, "But I don't feel wealthy." Do not wait for feelings. Plant the seed anyway. Affirm, "I am divinely supplied. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Life supports me." At first it may feel strange, because your outer reflection does not yet match your inner words. But keep planting, keep watering, keep believing, and in time the outer must align with the inner. The truth is that life cannot resist the authority of belief. Belief is the blueprint upon which reality is built. The walls of your house cannot be higher than the blueprint allows, and the walls of your life cannot expand beyond the limits of your beliefs. If you believe in lack, you build small walls, and wealth cannot enter. But if you expand your belief, if you tear down the limiting blueprint and create one filled with faith, wealth flows in as naturally as air fills a room. Life does not argue with you, it obeys you. It mirrors you. Even when you look at others who seem to prosper easily, do not fall into envy. Understand that they are simply reflecting the beliefs they carry within. They may believe deeply in their worthiness, in their ability to succeed, in their right to wealth, and life mirrors it back to them. You have the same power. The law is no respecter of persons. It works for all who work it. The key is not luck or chance. It is alignment with inner belief. So you must begin to ask yourself, what do I truly believe about money? What do I truly believe about myself? Do I see myself as supplied or as lacking? Do I see opportunities everywhere, or do I see doors closed? The answers to these questions reveal the reflection you are living today. And if the reflection does not please you, the power to change it lies not in the outer, but in the inner. When you master this truth, you no longer live as a victim of circumstances. You become the creator of circumstances. You realize that the world is not happening to you. It is happening through you. The outer is simply a screen, and your beliefs are the projector. Change the film inside, and the picture outside must change. This is the great secret of life. Life reflects your inner beliefs. What you hold within, you will surely hold without. It cannot be otherwise. Numbers carry vibration and energy, and this truth is far deeper than many people realize. To most, Numbers are only symbols used for counting or keeping track of accounts, but in the unseen realm, they are living patterns, carriers of divine order, and containers of power. Every number vibrates with a particular frequency, just as every note of music carries a unique tone. When played in harmony, music can lift the soul, but when played in discord, it can disturb the mind. Numbers work in the same way. They are not empty symbols, but codes that align you with certain energies, certain outcomes, certain currents of life that flow unseen yet shape everything you experience in the seen world. Think of how the universe is built. The very stars in the sky, the rotation of the earth, the orbits of planets, the rhythm of the tides, all are governed by mathematical precision. There is no accident in the way the moon waxes and wanes, or the way the seasons arrive and depart. The Creator inscribed a language of numbers into the fabric of existence. To align with that order is to align with life itself. When you begin to see numbers not as random digits, but as carriers of vibration, you step into a greater understanding of how to call forth prosperity, health, and harmony into your world. When you set a personal code, whether it be a PIN, a password, or even a repeated thought, you are not only choosing digits for convenience, you are imprinting energy into your subconscious and into the field around you. A number combination becomes like a key, opening certain doors and closing others. Most people choose blindly, unaware that what they select reflects their inner vibration. But the awakened soul knows that numbers can be chosen deliberately, with awareness, to set the frequency of abundance. Just as a tuning fork vibrates and causes other instruments to resonate with it, the right numbers will cause the wealth of the universe to resonate toward you. The ancient teachers understood this secret. They spoke of numbers as divine symbols, each carrying a spiritual law. The number 1 speaks of beginnings and unity, the number 2 of balance and partnership, the number 3 of creation and expansion, the number 4 of foundation and order, and so forth. Every number carries its own gift, and when combined correctly, they form a code of power. These codes are not random. They are spiritual laws encoded into simple digits, waiting to be unlocked. Now, imagine for a moment that you are entering your PIN at a bank machine. On the surface, it seems like nothing more than a transaction. You are pressing buttons to gain access to your money. But beneath the surface, something greater is taking place. You are declaring to the universe what you believe about access, supply, and provision. If you hold a code of lack in your subconscious, even when you press those buttons, you may feel fear of not having enough, fear of rejection, fear of failure. That vibration is what you are truly entering into the spiritual system, and life responds by reflecting lack. But if you hold the vibration of abundance, even the act of entering numbers becomes a declaration of wealth, and doors open accordingly. Numbers also shape rhythm. Think of the way a drumbeat sets the pace for an entire piece of music. Without rhythm, there is no flow, no harmony. In the same way, numbers set the rhythm of your life. If you live under the vibration of disorder, your days feel scattered, opportunities slip away, and money seems unstable. But when you align with the vibration of divine numbers, your life gains order, your finances stabilize, and opportunities flow in rhythm with your needs. Numbers, therefore, are not just tools, they are bridges between the invisible and the visible. Science itself acknowledges that everything in the universe is energy vibrating at certain frequencies. Even solid matter is nothing but energy condensed. Numbers are simply one way of expressing that frequency, and when you align with them consciously, you place yourself in tune with the higher laws of prosperity. Just as radio stations broadcast on different frequencies, and you must tune your dial to receive the one you want, numbers allow you to tune your inner being to the frequency of wealth. When you dial into fear and lack, you pick up the station of scarcity. But when you dial into the vibration of order, faith, and abundance, you pick up the station of prosperity. Consider also how numbers are used in the physical world to determine value. Prices, bank accounts, salaries, all are expressed in digits. But those digits are not the source of wealth, they are only the symbols of it. The true wealth is the vibration behind them. A bank account with many numbers in it does not create security if the person holding it still vibrates with fear. That person can lose money as quickly as they gained it. But a person whose inner vibration is aligned with abundance will always attract more, even if their account begins at 0. For them, numbers increase naturally, because the vibration within pulls more wealth into the outer. When you choose numbers consciously, you send a message not only to your mind but to the universal field. For instance, repeating numbers are known to carry amplified energy. A combination like 1111 speaks of alignment and new beginnings. 8088 is the vibration of abundance and infinite supply. 444 is the vibration of strong foundations. These are not superstitions. They are the recognition of vibrational codes that echo throughout the universe. When you align with such codes, you set in motion currents that carry wealth toward you. It is also important to recognize that numbers, like words, can be spoken, visualized, and meditated upon. Just as affirmations in words reprogram the subconscious, affirmations in numbers carry their own imprint. Writing down powerful numbers, visualizing them in your mind, or even setting them as reminders in your daily life can shift your inner vibration. You are telling your subconscious, "This is the frequency I align with. This is the rhythm of my prosperity. This is the code that governs my finances." The moment you accept that numbers carry vibration, you begin to see the world differently. You notice the repeating numbers that show up on clocks, receipts, license plates, and you understand that they are signals of alignment. You become aware of how your inner code is reflected in the outer numbers that surround you. Life begins to show you that you are always in dialogue with the universe through these symbols. They are not accidents, they are confirmations, mirrors of what you are carrying inside. The beauty of this truth is that you are never a victim of numbers. You are not at the mercy of random digits or chance combinations. You are the creator, and you have the authority to choose the vibration you wish to align with. By choosing numbers that resonate with abundance, by setting codes that reflect prosperity, by holding combinations that carry order, faith, and supply, you set in motion the laws that guarantee increase. Numbers then become not just tools for counting, but sacred keys that unlock the doors of wealth. Money flows by law, not by chance. And this is a truth that once understood will forever change how you approach life and prosperity. Many believe that wealth comes through luck, fortune, or being in the right place at the right time, but the reality is that everything in the universe operates according to divine order. Just as gravity does not decide when to work and when to rest, just as the sun does not rise some mornings and refuse to rise on others, so too does the law of supply operate with absolute certainty. It is not swayed by moods, it does not respond to chance, and it cannot be bribed or deceived. When you are aligned with the law of prosperity, money must flow to you. Just as surely as water flows downhill or seeds grow when planted in good soil, consider the farmer who plants a field. He does not say, "Perhaps I will be lucky this year and a harvest might come." He plants because he knows that the law of growth is certain. If he prepares the soil, places the seed, waters the field, and waits patiently, the harvest must come. It is not a question of luck, it is a question of law. The same principle governs money. If you prepare your mind as fertile soil, plant the right thoughts, water them with faith, and act in harmony with your vision, then money must appear. The harvest of abundance is not random, it is the inevitable result of alignment with divine law. This is why some people appear to prosper effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly. It is not that one is luckier than the other, but that one is aligned with the law while the other resists it. The person who prospers has learned, consciously or unconsciously, that the universe responds to expectation, gratitude, and faith. They live as though provision is guaranteed, and so provision comes. The one who struggles holds fast to fear, doubt, and disbelief, and so life mirrors those beliefs back as lack, delay, and disappointment. The law does not punish or reward, it only reflects. Think of a river. It does not flow according to the wishes of a single person standing on its banks. It flows according to its natural course, its depth, its gravity. If you step into the river and align yourself with its current, it will carry you easily downstream. But if you fight against it, swimming upstream, you will exhaust yourself and go nowhere. Money flows in the same way. Those who align with the current of law are carried by it, those who resist it struggle endlessly. When you understand this, you stop fighting, stop forcing, stop begging, and instead begin aligning. You realize that your task is not to make the river flow but to position yourself within its stream. Money is energy, and energy is governed by order. You cannot break the laws of energy, but you can learn to work with them. Just as electricity operates by certain principles, and when you understand those principles you can light a city, so too does money operate by laws that once understood, allow you to bring light and wealth into your life. Ignorance of these laws leads to darkness and scarcity, but awareness of them allows you to prosper with ease. One of the greatest errors people make is believing that money is rare, limited, or hard to come by. In truth, supply is infinite. The only limit is the channel through which you allow it to flow. If you believe in lack, you constrict the channel. If you believe in abundance, you expand it. The law of supply is always ready to pour more into your life, but it can only pour according to the size of the vessel you hold out. If you carry a thimble of expectation, you will receive a thimble of wealth. If you carry a bucket of faith, you will receive a bucket. If you carry a reservoir of conviction, you will receive a reservoir. The law is impartial, it only fills the container you bring. Chance cannot explain why one person continuously prospers while another continuously struggles. Chance cannot explain why opportunities seem to follow some people as though drawn to them by a magnet. But law can explain it. These people are in alignment with the vibration of prosperity, and so by law wealth flows into their lives. It may come as ideas, as opportunities, as sudden promotions, as unexpected gifts, or as investments that multiply. But it comes, and it keeps coming, because the law cannot be broken. Look at the rising of the sun. It has never failed, not once, in the history of the world. You never wake in the morning and wonder if daylight might forget to arrive. It is ordered. It is fixed, it is law, so it is with money. When you align with divine order, wealth must come. You need not beg for it any more than you beg the sun to rise. You only need to trust the process and align yourself with it. The world calls it luck, but in truth, it is law. To those who do not understand this, wealth seems like a mystery. They see it as an accident, a stroke of fortune, or the result of luck. But mystery dissolves when knowledge appears. What was once unseen becomes clear when the law is revealed. Imagine someone who does not understand how seeds grow. They might think it is chance when plants sprout from the ground. But the farmer knows the law, and so he plants confidently. In the same way, when you understand the laws of prosperity, you no longer wonder whether wealth will come. You know it must, because you have aligned with the system that governs it. This is why faith is so vital. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is the certainty that the law will not fail. Faith is the confidence that just as night follows day and harvest follows planting, so too does supply follow expectation. When you operate in faith, you are not trying to twist the universe into giving you what you want. You are simply trusting the law that already guarantees it. Faith is alignment with truth, and that alignment is the secret to effortless prosperity. Gratitude is another key, because gratitude aligns you instantly with abundance. When you give thanks for what you already have, you signal to the law that you are open, that your vessel is ready to receive more. Complaining, on the other hand, signals lack, and the law mirrors it with more lack. Gratitude places you in the flow, ingratitude places you against it. And the law always reflects your position. So many live their lives begging for money, chasing after it as though it were hiding from them, when in reality money is always flowing, always available, always seeking to move into channels where it is welcomed. You do not chase water in a river, you only dip your cup into the flow. Likewise, you do not chase money, you open yourself to it, align yourself with it, and let it flow through you. To see money as scarce is to resist the current. To see it as abundant is to move with it. The choice is always yours, and the law responds accordingly. When you finally grasp that money flows by law, not by chance, your entire outlook changes. You no longer live as though you are at the mercy of circumstances. You no longer wait for lucky breaks. You begin to live with confidence, expectancy, and peace, because you know that you are aligned with a system that never fails. The universe does not play dice with your life. It operates by fixed principles, and when you align with them, wealth flows to you naturally, inevitably, and abundantly. Your PIN symbolizes subconscious access, and this truth runs deeper than the surface meaning of digits pressed into a machine. When you think of a PIN, you imagine a code that unlocks money from your account, but in the spiritual sense, your PIN is the hidden code of beliefs and emotions that either allow or block abundance from flowing into your life. Every person carries within them a mental and spiritual PIN, a set of ingrained ideas about wealth, provision, and worthiness. This inner code decides what doors open and what doors remain locked. If the subconscious code is fear, struggle, and limitation, then every attempt to access prosperity is denied. But when the code is faith, expectation, and abundance, then every attempt to access prosperity is granted, and money flows freely. Think for a moment about how many times people feel anxious when they approach an ATM or check their bank account. Even before entering the digits, their hearts race with fear, their minds whisper that there may not be enough, and their energy contracts with worry. In that moment, the digits are not the real barrier. The subconscious code of fear is. The universe responds not to the buttons pressed, but to the vibration carried within. To change the experience, the code must change. This is why the act of setting a new PIN is symbolic of setting a new subconscious program. It is declaring, I no longer use the code of lack, I no longer live by the digits of fear, I now install the code of abundance, and with this code, every door of supply must open to me. The subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what you impress upon it as truth. If you continually feed it with thoughts of shortage, it will faithfully project shortage into your reality. If you continually feed it with thoughts of abundance, it will faithfully project abundance into your reality. Your PIN, then, is not 4 numbers chosen at random, but 4 truths chosen with intention. These truths act as keys, unlocking doors in the unseen world that lead to manifestation in the seen world. Each time you affirm abundance, each time you visualize supply, each time you reject fear and accept faith, you are entering your PIN into the vault of the subconscious, and the vault opens to reveal wealth. The beauty of the subconscious is that it governs behavior without effort. Just as you do not consciously think about breathing or blinking, you do not consciously think about the beliefs that shape your financial life. They operate silently, repeating like a code in the background, determining how you act, what opportunities you see, and how you respond to them. If your inner PIN is set to lack, you may overlook open doors, reject opportunities, or sabotage blessings because your subconscious is still locked in fear. If your PIN is set to abundance, you will naturally gravitate toward wealth, recognize doors when they open, and walk through them with confidence. The change is not in the outer digits, but in the inner code that decides everything. Consider how people handle unexpected money. Someone with a subconscious PIN of scarcity will receive a blessing but quickly lose it, either through fear-based spending, poor choices, or sudden emergencies that seem to eat it away. Their subconscious does not permit them to hold abundance, so the money escapes. Someone with a subconscious PIN of prosperity, however, multiplies unexpected money, invests it wisely, or uses it in a way that attracts even more. The same outer event produces 2 different outcomes because of the inner code. This is why changing your PIN is so vital. It transforms how you hold, use, and attract wealth. Without a new code, old patterns repeat themselves endlessly. Think also of the symbolic nature of entering a PIN to access funds. You approach the machine, you place your card, and without the right digits, nothing moves. The money is there, stored safely in the account, but until the right code is entered, it remains inaccessible. Abundance in the universe works the same way. Supply is always there, always present, always available, but until the right inner code is entered, it does not flow to you. People think the supply is missing, but in truth, the supply is untouched, waiting. What is missing is the right code. And once the correct PIN is entered, the supply flows easily, instantly, without resistance. The money did not suddenly appear. It was there all along, waiting for the right code to unlock it. This truth is why so many spiritual teachers have emphasized the power of renewal of the mind. To renew your mind is to reset your PIN. To shift from patterns of fear to patterns of faith is to choose a new code. You are not trying to create wealth from nothing. You are aligning with wealth that already exists. The supply has been present since the beginning. The only task is to access it by changing the subconscious code. This requires persistence, because the old code resists deletion. For years you may have been entering the digits of lack, and the subconscious has grown comfortable with that pattern. To change it, you must affirm daily, visualize daily, and reject every attempt of the old code to reassert itself. With time, the new PIN becomes automatic, and prosperity flows as naturally as breathing. Notice how this metaphor reveals the importance of responsibility. No one else can enter your PIN for you. Others may inspire you, teach you, or point you toward the truth, but only you can set and use your own code. Just as you would never give your bank PIN to a stranger, you cannot give your subconscious code to another person to manage. You must be the one to change it, to protect it, and to use it. If you allow others to feed you ideas of lack, fear, or limitation, you are essentially handing them the keys to your subconscious vault. But when you guard your mind, refuse to let negative beliefs enter, and deliberately set your own code of abundance, you take back the authority that is rightfully yours. The power of visualization is one of the strongest ways to reset your subconscious PIN. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself accessing wealth easily, seeing doors open, watching your bank account grow, and feeling the peace of being supplied, you are entering the code into your subconscious system. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagined experience and physical reality. It accepts what is vividly impressed upon it, and once impressed, it must reflect it outwardly. By repeatedly visualizing abundance, you are changing the digits of your inner PIN, and soon the outer world responds by releasing the funds, opportunities, and blessings that were always stored in the account of the universe. Affirmations work in the same way. Each time you say, "I am divinely supplied," you are pressing one digit of your new PIN. Each time you say, "Money flows to me easily," you are pressing another. Each time you say, "Doors of wealth are open to me," you are pressing yet another. Repetition of these affirmations is the repeated entry of your new code, until the subconscious fully accepts it and the vault of prosperity opens without resistance. Just as a physical PIN must be exact to unlock the account, your spiritual PIN must be exact in faith, consistency, and belief to unlock the flow of abundance. Your PIN is more than numbers. It is the pattern of your inner life. It is the subconscious password that gives you access to either limitation or freedom, lack or abundance, struggle or ease. When you realize that you hold the authority to set this code, you move from victimhood to mastery. No longer are you at the mercy of circumstances. You know that the supply is already there, waiting for you, and the only task is to align your subconscious with the right code. Once you do, money flows to you, opportunities appear, and prosperity becomes the natural rhythm of your life. 4 spiritual laws form the wealth code, and these laws are not man-made inventions but divine principles written into the very fabric of creation. Just as there are laws of gravity and laws of motion, so there are laws of prosperity that operate with unfailing certainty. You cannot see them with your physical eyes, but you experience their effects in every part of your life. When you align with them, wealth flows in ways that seem miraculous. Yet they are not miracles at all. They are simply the natural results of living in harmony with eternal truth. These laws do not fail, they do not pick favorites, and they cannot be bypassed. They are the unseen pillars that uphold the flow of money, opportunity, and provision, and once you learn them and live by them, you carry within you the code that opens every door to abundance. The first of these laws is the law of belief. What you believe in the depths of your heart is what life reflects back to you. You cannot believe in lack and experience abundance. You cannot believe that money is evil and simultaneously allow yourself to prosper. The subconscious does not make exceptions. It simply manifests the vibration you carry. When you believe that you are divinely supplied, that wealth is your birthright, that abundance flows easily to you, life begins to arrange itself to confirm your belief. Doors open, ideas come, people appear, and money flows, all because your inner code of belief aligns with prosperity. This is why belief is the first law. Without it, no amount of effort or outer work can overcome the inner block. Your belief is the foundation upon which all prosperity rests. The second law is the law of spoken word. Words are not empty sounds, they are creative forces. Each word you speak carries vibration, and those vibrations shape the reality you live in. When you declare lack, when you speak of struggle, when you repeat phrases like, "I can't afford that," or "money never stays with me," you are programming your wealth code with digits of poverty. The universe hears your words and mirrors them. But when you speak abundance, when you declare, "I am always supplied, money flows freely, wealth comes to me from every direction," you are programming your code with digits of prosperity. The words become commands, and the unseen responds. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and when you understand this, you guard your speech and align your words with the flow of wealth. This is not superstition, it is spiritual law. The third law is the law of gratitude. Gratitude is the magnet that draws more of what you appreciate. The moment you give thanks for what you already have, you align yourself with abundance, and more is added to you. Complaining closes the door, gratitude opens it. When you look at your finances and complain, you are declaring to the universe that you are focused on lack, and the law mirrors that back with more lack. But when you look at what you have, no matter how small, and say with sincerity, "Thank you, this is evidence of my divine supply," the law responds by multiplying it. Gratitude is the vibration of receiving, and the universe pours more into the vessel that is already thankful. Those who are ungrateful lose even what they have, while those who are grateful see their blessings multiply beyond measure. The fourth law is the law of giving and receiving. This law is often misunderstood, but it is one of the most powerful of all. Money is not meant to be hoarded in fear, but circulated in faith. Just as the blood in your body must flow to keep you alive, so too must money flow to keep prosperity alive in your life. When you give with joy, when you release money with faith, you open the channel for greater amounts to return to you. Giving proves that you believe in the law of supply, that you trust abundance to return multiplied. Those who cling tightly to money, fearing its loss, are blocking the flow, just as a clenched fist cannot receive. But those who give with open hands create a cycle that guarantees return. It is not loss, it is investment into the spiritual law that multiplies all you release with faith. The law of giving and receiving is not about the size of the gift, but the spirit in which it is given. Even the smallest offering, given with joy, sets in motion currents of abundance that cannot fail to return. When these four laws, belief, spoken word, gratitude, and giving, are combined, they form the wealth code. Each one is like a digit of the pin that unlocks the vault of abundance. Remove one digit, and the code does not work. But when all four are present, the vault must open, for the laws cannot fail. You believe in abundance, you speak abundance, you give thanks for abundance, and you circulate abundance, and life mirrors all of it with a flow of money, ideas, opportunities, and blessings beyond what you could have forced by human effort alone. This is why wealth responds to those who carry this code. It is not chance, not luck, not accident. It is the precise working of spiritual law. You can observe these laws in operation everywhere. Look at those who prosper consistently. They believe in themselves, they speak confidently, they live with gratitude, and they give freely. Whether they know it consciously or not, they are living the wealth code. Look also at those who struggle continuously. They hold beliefs of lack. They speak negatively, they complain often, and they clutch tightly to what little they have. The law is impartial, it mirrors each according to the code they carry. The outer results are not random, but the inevitable reflection of the inner alignment with, or against the wealth code. It is not enough to know these laws intellectually. They must be lived daily until they become the automatic program of the subconscious. To reset your wealth code, begin with belief. Affirm daily that you are supplied, that wealth flows, that money is easy. Then guard your words. Never speak lack, only abundance. Next, practice gratitude in all things, no matter how small, until thankfulness becomes your natural response. Finally, give with joy, circulate money with faith, and watch as the law multiplies it back. When these 4 steps are practiced consistently, the inner code shifts, and once the code shifts, the outer world cannot resist changing to match it. These 4 laws are like the 4 pillars of a house. Remove one, and the structure collapses. But with all 4 in place, the house stands firm against every storm. Your financial life is built upon these same 4 laws. If your house of wealth is shaky, examine which pillar you have neglected. Perhaps you believe but do not give. Perhaps you speak abundance but lack gratitude. Perhaps you give but secretly hold beliefs of fear. Whatever is missing can be restored, and when restored, the house stands strong. The wealth code is not reserved for a few. It is available to all who live by its principles. To carry these laws within you is to carry the key to financial freedom. Once they are set in your subconscious as your PIN, you no longer worry about when or how money will come. You know it must come, because the code is unbreakable. Life becomes a rhythm of giving and receiving, believing and speaking, thanking and multiplying. Money ceases to be a source of fear and becomes a tool of joy, a servant that flows to you and through you with ease. The 4 laws form the divine password that opens every vault of supply. And when you hold that password in your heart, you unlock prosperity everywhere you go. When you finally understand that the numbers you hold, the code you choose, and the beliefs you embody are not random digits but spiritual commands, then the mystery of money dissolves and the clarity of divine order appears. The 4 numbers are not simply a code you dial into a machine, they are a vibration you imprint upon the invisible substance of life. Each number carries energy, a frequency, a command that instructs the unseen supply to move in your favor. The moment you align your inner code with the outer digits, you create a harmony that must express itself in form. Money is not separate from spirit. It is spirit condensed into material form. And when you program your world with the right code, that spirit flows toward you in unstoppable currents. This is why those who treat money as only physical often struggle, for they miss the hidden law, the spiritual pattern behind the material manifestation. The numbers themselves symbolize qualities, and when you live those qualities, you activate the law. 1 number represents faith, the inner knowing that supply is certain, that you are backed by infinite wealth, that you never walk into lack because lack does not exist in the mind of the divine. Another number symbolizes declaration, the boldness to speak wealth into existence, to command money to flow, to give no place to fear-filled speech or words of poverty. A 3rd number represents gratitude, the constant vibration of thankfulness that multiplies whatever it touches, the recognition that you are always surrounded by evidence of provision. And the 4th number symbolizes circulation, the flow of giving and receiving that keeps prosperity alive, that ensures money never stagnates but always returns increased. Together, these 4 digits form the code that guarantees supply. To change your PIN is to change your destiny, because it is not the digits that shift, but the consciousness that chooses them. Many live by the wrong code. They live by fear, complaint, doubt, and clutching, and then they wonder why doors remain locked. They are entering the wrong numbers again and again, and each time the vault refuses to open. But when you learn the true code, when you align with faith, declaration, gratitude, and circulation, then every door of supply opens effortlessly. You need not push, you need not beg, you need not plead, for the law has no resistance to the correct code. It cannot refuse, just as a lock cannot resist the right combination. Once the right digits are entered, the lock must yield, for such is the law. Think of the vault of heaven's supply as already full, overflowing with gold, opportunity, health, and favor. It is not empty, it is not scarce, it is not rationed. It is infinite, and it is waiting for you to access it. yet it is sealed to those who approach with the wrong vibration. When you walk in fear, you stand before a locked vault and rattle the handle in vain. When you speak in complaint, you are turning the wrong numbers and wondering why nothing happens. When you give nothing, you expect something in return, and the vault stays closed. But when you come with the right pin, the vault opens instantly. It does not hesitate, it does not delay, it does not say, "Wait until tomorrow." It yields at once to the correct code, because the law responds immediately to truth. This is why people who suddenly shift their beliefs and their words see money flow in overnight, because the vault does not open gradually. It swings wide the moment the right code is entered. You may think it's strange to link a simple pin with wealth, but understand that everything in this world is symbolic. The physical pin you enter into a bank machine is a reflection of the spiritual pin you carry in your heart. If you guard your bank pin because it gives you access to money, how much more should you guard your spiritual pin, which gives you access to unlimited abundance? You would never hand out your personal code carelessly, so why give away your inner code to fear, to doubt, to negative words? Protect it, preserve it, use it consciously. Each time you affirm abundance, you are entering the correct digit. Each time you give thanks, you are pressing another digit. Each time you circulate money and joy, you are entering another. And when all 4 digits align, you withdraw not from a limited account, but from the infinite supply of the universe. The moment you shift into this awareness, money begins to behave differently in your life. No longer does it seem scarce or hard to earn. No longer do you chase it with desperation. Instead, it flows to you naturally, magnetized by your vibration. You find that opportunities appear at the right time, that doors open unexpectedly, that debts dissolve, that channels of income increase. People call it luck, but it is not luck, it is law. The law responds to the correct code, and once you carry that code within you, the external must reflect it. Just as water flows to fill a lowered channel, so money flows to fill the vessel of a consciousness aligned with prosperity. The pin you change is not for the bank. It is for your soul. This change is not about effort but about alignment. Many toil endlessly, trying to force money to come. Yet they do not realize they are using the wrong pin. They keep turning the wrong numbers and exhausting themselves in the process. But the one who understands the true digits rests in faith, speaks in power, gives in joy, and receives in gratitude, and to that one money flows without struggle. This is why some prosper with ease, while others labor without reward. The difference is not in effort, but in alignment. When you carry the right code, you walk with confidence, for you know that what you need will appear. You live in expectation, not fear, and expectation is the magnet of miracles. Every time you declare your code, you reinforce it in the subconscious. The subconscious is the keeper of the vault, and it must be instructed with clarity. If you waver, if you send mixed signals, the vault remains sealed. But when you instruct it daily with unwavering faith, it becomes programmed to prosperity. Then money flows as naturally as breath, because the subconscious has accepted the new pin. You need not consciously struggle to remember it, for it becomes automatic. Just as you can enter your bank pin without hesitation, so too can you live your wealth code without effort once it is written into your subconscious. That is the true change. To write the digits of faith, declaration, gratitude, and circulation into the deepest part of your being, until they are who you are, not just what you practice. When you live this code, money not only grows by morning, but multiplies beyond what you could count. The nights of fear dissolve, and you sleep in peace, knowing that your supply is secure. You awaken to find that opportunities have ripened, that provision has arrived, that what you once thought impossible has appeared effortlessly. The code works while you rest, because the law does not sleep. The law is always active, always responding, always mirroring. When you set the right pin, you unleash a power that continues without your conscious effort. It is not bound by time, it is not delayed by circumstances, it is not hindered by appearances. It works because truth always works, and once you align with it, nothing can stop its expression. To change your pin is to change your vibration, And to change your vibration is to change your world. The digits are not numbers on a screen but qualities of the spirit: faith, declaration, gratitude, circulation. Carry them, live them, embody them, and the vault of supply must yield. It is not a matter of if, but when, and when is always now. For the law responds in the present. Money grows by morning because the seed was planted the night before, and the seed always produces after its kind. Plant fear, and you reap lack. Plant faith, and you reap abundance. Plant complaint, and you reap struggle. Plant gratitude, and you reap increase. The numbers you choose are the seeds you plant, and the harvest is always certain.